All right, everybody, you know what time it is. The Real Talk Sports Show is coming up right now. And welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we're very thankful to all those of you who are joining us here this wonderful day here, and now evening time in Metro Atlanta. Temperatures a little brisk this morning, but they eased on up into the 80s at one point today. So hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the day and get out. And also want to give a big shout out for those of you who say, well, I'm not from Atlanta. I'm not in Atlanta. I'm watching you on the replay. Thank you very much for tuning in, because we know that so many listeners check us out on the archive, and we appreciate you for doing that, friends and citizens. So again, much appreciation to you. Very, 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 very much. So guys, it's a big weekend in sports, so we're going to get right to it here. You know, anytime we do this show, we like to bring on one of the most beautiful women in the way of sports talk radio or TV. I'm talking about the young lady we simply refer to as the Queen. Tree Dolman is in the building. Tree, welcome back.
Hello, Jonathan. Hello, everyone.
What's going on, Tree?
Nothing much. Staying busy. You know, I'm always working on something, and actually we're preparing. It's time for our third annual Turkey and Trimmings giveaway. So I'm just working hard on that, and also working on this NFL Alumni Georgia chapter golf tournament.
Well, that's a big deal. So now can people, I'm sure you'll tell us as time goes on, how people can contribute to the turkey giveaway. Would it be money? Would it be turkeys? What's the best thing for you to be helped out?
Well, it would need to be money, because we do make sure that all of the turkeys are frozen. I know in the past I did have where people could donate turkeys, but unfortunately a lot of those turkeys were not frozen and they went to waste. So I don't like wasting money. So it's just best if people would like to donate money to it, and then they can go ahead and all of the money will go, which people can volunteer. You can come and see where your dollars are being donated to. The money does go towards a frozen turkey. Each family gets a box of food that feeds 6 to 8 people. It's actually more than that, but we make sure that it's at least 6 to 8 people. And then the kids of the families, they get a drawstring bag with goodies for their age-specific children. But yeah, we just make sure that we can feed families for Thanksgiving, those who are in need, and put a smile on their faces for Thanksgiving.
I like that. That's definitely good stuff. And so, guys, as we get closer and closer, we're going to put that information up, so you'll be able to contact Tree, and she will let you know how you'll be able to donate, and your dollars will be well spent.
If you want to make a donation today, you can go to makingabetterme.org and click on the donate button at the top right. You can make donations today, and we'll, like Jonathan said, we'll put up a flyer and everything in the future. But yes, if you want to make a donation today, you can do so today.
Right. Like them say, why wait? And here it is right there, guys. There it is, makingabetterme.org. So you can go ahead and do that right now. Don't waste no time. So we'd love to be a part of that. Well, speaking of wasting time, there was none wasted last night, as every eye was glued to the television set, whether you like baseball or not, as the Braves were trying to get back in the series down 1-0, shutout at home for the first time in this season. And for 5 innings, it looked bad. The Braves were actually being no hit by the Phillies pitcher, and everybody was thinking, "Uh-oh, what are we going to do?" But the future MVP, Ronald Acuna, gets on base, scores a run, and suddenly, you know how this tree when you're down and you just get that one score, and you're thinking, "Oh, we back in the game now, baby." So that's what happened. And then Travis d'Arnaud brought the Braves within 1 run with a massive 2-run blast to cut the score to 4-3. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, third baseman Austin Riley put the Braves into a lead with a mammoth blast into the left center seats. And Truist Park was rocking. And that place was just going bananas last night. Crazy.
Yeah.
I was going to try to get there, but I could
Yes.
not. I was a little too sleepy. So I said, no, don't you do it, young man. Just, you want to crash your car. But I will say this much. We want to give a big shout out to the folks on the South Side, because although Mr. Riley hit the big home run, the game-saving play was a spectacular leaping catch on the fence at Truist Park by a Stockbridge native. Michael Harris played high school right at Stockbridge High School, right down the road from where the dealership is here. Big shout out to him. And then, of course, Austin Riley capped it off with a picking up, almost like Derek Jeter did back in 2000, picked up a cutoff throw that was errant and threw a bullet to double up Bryce Harper, and the ball game was over. 8-5, 3 double play. And like I said again, the entire city was going bananas. Yeah, it was like I said, it's just, I mean, and it's funny because, it's like I mentioned, several times during the broadcast, the Braves were in a had to win situation because, you hate to win 104 games, be the best team in baseball, and then all of a sudden when you get to postseason, so this was a big win for the Braves, and now they can go into Philadelphia down. It was not down at all, tied at 1-1. If they win the first game, bingo bango, guaranteed that the series has to go either back to Atlanta or they can close them out in Philly.
Yes.
So what do you think? I mean, did you get a chance to watch it, or just did you, like anybody else? What happened?
Well, I mean, I'm happy that they came back. I know that after the first game when they were shut out, I was like, whoa. I don't think anybody expected that one, right? But I'm so happy that they came back, and definitely some great baseball being played. I do want to see the Braves continue. I would love to see them win another World Series. And I know that that's not easy. That's not an easy task, but I do think that it is an attainable task for them. And they have a great roster. And as we spoke on before in previous shows, they've been setting records and breaking records and at the top of their game in so many different categories that I think this is the year. Why not this year? They, of course, have a very tall task ahead of them, but I think that they can do it, and I'm hoping that they do. So the fact that they were able to come back and get this win for game 2, I think that was huge. We definitely know it would have been a tougher road had they gone down 2 games to none, and we didn't want that to happen. So now that it's 1-1, I think we definitely need to win this next one and start getting the momentum back in our favor. But we've also seen in the past where even when teams are up, I mean, you still can come back. So it's not over until the fat lady sings.
There's no doubt. And, like I said, again, it was really for the first game and almost 2/3. It was the old adage, good pitching or shut down, good hitting. I think a big mistake that the Braves made was, you gotta dance with who you brought to the game. And to me, when the manager changed the batting lineup, that was a bad sign for me. I'm like, hey man, you won 104 games with this lineup. Why would you change it now? It's almost like you were sending a signal to the Phillies, hey, we're kind of scared of what you guys are going to bring to the table. And the team just didn't look comfortable the whole game. I mean, and then of course that carried on into the next ball game. All right, let's go to social media. Who's there, Cree?
Sullivan said, oh, shucky ducky, it's that time. The one and only old man sucky ducky Sully.
Man.
I love it. He said,
that's a long shout out my name there.
Tree.
Oh man,
I
Sully,
love it. Yes, Sullivan.
he's the man. And he did say, yeah, the Braves really came back out of nowhere. It was,
Came back
like I
out of
said again,
nowhere.
they did, because I'm going to tell you guys
Mhm.
here again. Last time watching the game, and the pitcher for the Phillies was just mowing the Braves down. I mean, Zach Wheeler, who the Braves have had problems with in the past, he was really dominant. The guy had pitched, I think, 5 innings of no hit baseball. I mean, not no runs, no hit. Braves had nobody on base, zero, until they finally were able to scrap that first run. And the other thing too is he struck out 10 batters in 6 1/3 innings. Like he was mowing the Braves down, like it was just. So anyway, big play again. Ronald
Yeah.
Acuna gets on base with 2 out, makes that score 4-1, and you can kind of feel that the momentum shifting. And the Braves do what they do. They've been a comeback team all year. 2 in the bottom of the 7th. How they do it? The 2-run homer, and they took the lead in the 8th. Once again, the 2-run homer. So Braves were clutch last night, but the man of the hour, the 2 men of the hour, really were Austin Riley, and of course the kid from down the road, Michael Harris. He didn't have any hits, but he made the play of the game. He combined with Austin Riley to do so. Riley, as I mentioned, he had 1 hit last night, but it was a big one, a 2-run homer. Ronald Acuna scored 2 of the Braves' 5 runs, showing you why this guy, even with no hits, just a walk, is still a troublesome guy for you to deal with. Let's go back to social media one more time. So he says,
Say it loud and proud.
you already know, buddy boy. Yes, indeed. Well, the other thing, too, is before we take a quick shift into our high school segment, because, Jonesboro Tuesday, Treat, you know what time it is now? I don't know if you're aware. It's NBA basketball time.
Joan Tuesday time. Oh, what?
Jonesboro Tuesday. No, but before we get to them, I cannot believe, and we'll talk about this later on, that the NBA is back. Actually, the Hawks are back in camp. I went and saw their open practice last night. Matter of fact, they're playing right now, even as we speak, against the Cleveland Cavaliers in their first preseason game. And yeah, man, the Hawks are uh, they're back, and they've got added a couple of new players, and they are saying that they are going to be a tough out this year. Matter of fact, let's go to the scoreboard right now as we just start the second quarter of play. Our Atlanta Hawks are leading the Cleveland Cavaliers 27-26 so far in this game. And yeah, so we're looking forward to covering the Hawks this year. I think it's going to be must-see TV. Trae Young looks ready already. 10 minutes played, 7 points, 3 assists, doing his thing. And his tag team partner over there, Mr. Jante Murray, also has 3 assists. And Sadiq Bey, 5 points, including a 3-pointer. So, yeah, look for the Hawks to be launching at will from deep, because that's kind of what the coach's MO is big time stuff. We'll talk about that later on. I just wanted to make sure y'all know it's NBA time in the building. All right, guys, we'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show. Please don't go anywhere because, like I said, we'll be right back. Because it's Jonesboro Tuesday. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. A little hype intro coming back here on the Real Talk Sports Show. As you know, every second Tuesday of the month is Jonesboro Tuesday, and we have the coaches and the players from Jonesboro High School in the building. First of all, number one, the head honcho over there, Coach Timothy Floyd. Sir, welcome back.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
And let's see who else you have here. Let me get them glasses on here, Tree. You might have to read it for me as I bring these young men on, because I can't read half the time. Okay, let's go here. All right, who we have over there, Tree?
My name's
That's
Reese.
Reese. There we go. And I think we have someone else here in the green room.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Ticket.
We got all the guys in the building here. Well, Coach, as always, welcome back, and welcome back.
Thank you. It's always good to be here. And good to see you, Miss Dolan.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, Coach, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You follow suit with everybody comes on the show. Everybody always make sure to say, "Hey, we're happy to see you, Tree." Nobody really say that about me. They don't. They like, "Hey, you here?" But we happy to see Tree at the end.
Yeah, we most definitely happy to see her. And
Me too. I'm with you, bro.
Good to see you too.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Coach, our show is called the Real Talk Sports Show, and I gotta ask a question. So, you guys played an epic battle against Monday's Mill, number one against number two. Monday's Mill came in 6-0. You guys came in 5-1. Game looked like it was getting away from you. Actually, did get away from you, but an unbelievable fourth quarter comeback, and you guys ended up losing the game. I think it was 36-28, or it's very, very close score. But my man on the field reported to me and said, "Hey, at the end of the game, they ain't do the ceremonial handshake." So I'm just wondering, Coach, was it a little situation there at the end of the game? I know it got a little tight, but what happened? What went on with the no handshake?
It wasn't a situation. It was a decision by the administrators. So we just had to go what the administrator said, and we ended with a wave across the field. But the coach and I talked, Coach Earthwind. We talked Monday, and we both, said that it was an administrative decision, but we both try to teach our guys that win in victory and defeat, you gotta hold your head up, pick yourself up, and go shake hands. But it was out of both of our control. So.
Okay, I was just wondering because I know that one of the things I always have enjoyed when I go do the media days, that all of you guys talk about that. Hey, look, even though that on Friday night or Thursday night when we play, we're gonna be at it. Basically, we all are representing the county. So when I heard there was no handshake, I said, "Well, okay, there must be some other reason that I'm not aware of." So I'm glad you explained it to us because I just didn't know. So that's okay. We're good. All right. Speaking of that game, what was really the key for you in that game? First of all, kind of how did you guys kind of fall back, and then what was the key for you coming back there to almost tie the game?
Well, they came. Monday's Mill came out and played a great game. We had way too many turnovers and made way too many mistakes that you just can't play. You just can't have when you're playing a caliber football team like that. And as far as being able to make a run, we just I think it's a mindset. No matter what happened, no matter what situation you in life on the field, you just don't give up ever, and you just keep fighting, keep plugging, and something will eventually happen. And even if it don't happen, you still got to keep fighting, regardless of the situation. And at the beginning of the season, we show a picture of a stork eating a frog, and you can see the frog is in the stork's neck, but the hands are coming out choking the stork, and that's just something that you just cannot give up ever.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
It's a classic, no doubt. All right, Tree, any questions or comments for Coach and his two players that have joined us tonight?
Well, I just would like to say welcome. And I do want to hear from the two players on the team. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little about each of you?
No, of course, I said before, my name is Therese Peterson. I play D tackle on the D line. My number is number 9. And a little bit about myself when it comes to playing the game of football is like, power, basically what I bring to the D line, intimidation.
Oh, I love that intimidation. Let me say that I love defense. I feel like championships are won through defense.
Yes, ma'am.
It's great to score, but you have to be able to stop the other team from scoring. So I love the intimidation piece. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. My name is Jeremiah Ticket. I also play D-line, D-tackle, and I play tight end. I wear number 99. I'm a junior. And I feel like he said he got power, but I say I have power. I bring power to the line, but not as much as him because I work a move, keep my feet pushing, and I don't give up on plays. Not saying he does, but I just keep trying to make the play.
I love it. That's right. Never give up.
Ever.
Yeah, we've called out number 99's number several times. They're number 9. Yep, they're part of. And now, do you guys from time to time play some offense because you guys run that? What do you call it again, Coach? What's the name? Is it Megatron or Jumbotron? I call the Jumbotron offense, but you guys call it something else.
We'll go with Jumbotron because it's really a covert operation that
Right.
we don't tell too many people about.
That's what I was thinking. Like, why is he asking him? Hello, it's a secret.
Well, I'll just call it Jumbotron offense. If you listen to me call the game, that's what I call it, because all of a sudden, like, you see, like, half the guys go out, and all you see is guys that look like everybody weighing at least 250. And they hike and just, bam, they hitting you with the full Monte in the situation. Let's go to social media here. And, Coach, I think you're getting a big shout out there from my man up in Cummings. He just, Coach.
Coach. I have a question for you, Coach.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a big difference that you notice from this year's team versus last year's team?
This year's team, I would say it has a little more discipline about themselves when it comes to, I guess, taking care of their responsibilities on and off the field. And it really shows the self-discipline. It shows when you get on the field. I would have to say that. And I would say it's a closer group. Last year, we went through a lot with some different issues, with several losses, but this group kind of got closer off of that. So those would be the two biggest things.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see here. Sullivan wants to know about some of the stats. Okay, Tree, you can read that for me, please. I'm sorry.
Sure. Sullivan said, tell me about your stats, both of you. Y'all play really good and hard. Say it loud and proud.
I guess this is a good time because we just got done doing mid-season film. So Max Preps, it says I think I have like 28 tackles, something like that. Yeah, I got 3 hurries and I got like 7 or 8 TFLs.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, TFL, the tackle for loss, right?
Yes, sir.
Jeremiah, go ahead.
I haven't checked my stats, but I'm up there somewhere. I got me a couple TFL solo tackles, a lot of assist tackles, and I got me a couple carries, a little 2-point conversion. But that's it, pretty much it.
Sounds like.
And if I could add with these two, when it comes to stats, they're both D tackles, and everybody around them kind of benefit off the work that they do. They draw the double teams, keeping guys off linebackers, getting inside pressure on quarterbacks, which is a big part of what we do on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have the big man, because when they get them double teams, man, it frees up your linebackers and those ends to come in there and make those plays. So yeah, man, it's just good to see it. So what's your record overall now, Coach?
We're 5-2 now, and I think we're 2-1 in the region, or 3-1 in the region.
And now, do you guys have a bye this week? Is the whole county is there like a fall break or something going on?
It is fall break, and in the regional meeting, we were fortunate enough to, well, I wouldn't say fortunate enough, but have some games move off this week because it is fall break, and we have a bye this week as we get ready for Woodward Academy next week.
And Woodward Academy, always a tough school to play, and I get another big shout out from Sullivan. He likes that 5-2 record.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 plays and it should be 7-0, but we can't live off shoulds. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
No doubt. Like you said, you guys have played well. We've had a chance to watch you for most of your 7 games. So, like you said, man, it's been a great run. So now, how many games do you guys actually have left after this point?
We have 3 games left. Next
Okay,
week we have Woodward Academy coming to town, and we'll travel to Alcova, and we finish up with Lovejoy.
it's the big one.
Mm. All 3 of them actually. So we got our work cut out for us.
And so you have basically 3 games left. You have 2 home games and 1 game on the road. Did I get that right?
Right. I think Woodward Academy will be at Southern Crescent Stadium, and we go to Alcova, and the Lovejoy game will be at 12 Oaks. So
Okay,
we're kind of at home, but not really at our home at Terra.
gotcha. Well, we'll see how it all works out. Normally, the guys from the Georgia Media Group do the things at 12 Oaks, as you know. So we'll see what happens. But one way or another, we're going to be around to make sure we can check you guys out and do what you're doing. All right, guys. We always like to let people know how people can find out more about you. So let's get some social media handles here.
You want me to type
Please,
it in?
you
You
go
want me
first. Yes,
to
sir.
say it?
Just
Say it, please.
Oh, just say it on my Instagram at it's my name, but it's like SUR33S3 dot 2K24. It's a long one. It's a long tag.
Okay, Coach, you have to give my number so they can text it to me because I want to make sure to, we get clips of these guys, tag them, and to also tag them. We go up, so we get them long names. You have to text it to me because I'll
Yeah.
be them fat fingers like this.
And they most definitely got to text it to me so I can text it to you.
Exactly. All right, Jeremiah.
All right, my Twitter handle is Jeremiah Ticket 7, and my Instagram is 1LUH Ticket. No spaces, no uppercase letters.
All right, y'all text that to Coach so we can be on point because
All
I'll
right.
mess around. I'll be tagging everybody but you. All right. Well, speaking of social media, let's let people know how they can follow the school itself. I think I have the big banner up here for Jonesboro. Bam, come on up here. Is it going to work?
It's up.
Yeah.
There it is. Bingo. At JHS Cardinal Football on Instagram and at JHS Cardinal FB on Twitter. Well, gentlemen, as always, we appreciate you for joining us. We look forward to more good things out of Jonesboro Cardinal football and the mighty marching Cardinal band as well.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Let's go Burrow.
All right. Thank you for
Yes,
having me.
sir.
Yes, and
All right.
go get them those next 3 games.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Look, if the Queen has commanded it, it's got to be so.
Got to be so.
All right, everybody, stay tuned for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Hey, sports fans, tune in for live high school football Fridays, 7:30 p.m. on RealTalkSports.net. Check out your favorite Metro Atlanta teams as they do battle on the gridiron. It's your high school game of the week, live streaming free Friday nights on RealTalkSports.net. For more sports coverage and great sports talk, catch the Real Talk Sports Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Brought to you by Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, a business giving back to their community. Give them a call at 678-364-3979 or check them out online at allenvigilford.net.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. You grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
Coming up next, it's the Real Talk Sports Show, bringing you great sports talk with perspective. Now, here's our host, Jonathan Simmons.
And we are back. Again, you're watching or listening to or whatever you're doing to the Real Talk Sports Show. Appreciate you so much. Right next to me there is the Queen, and we are happy to be in the building. Let's get you guys another update here on the Hawks' first preseason game. Let's see if I can get a score here about our Atlanta Hawks. Let's see what we got. And the survey says the Hawks are still in the lead here. We have got about 3 minutes to go before halftime. Hawks are leading 47-41 in their very first preseason game over the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No.
Oh, 49, excuse me. All right, let's get an update on some of our scoring here for the Hawks. Trae Young, of course, still leading the way, 10 points and now 5 assists for Mr. Young. DeJounte Murray has got 6 points and 4 assists. I don't know who this guy is here. They got this guy thinking trade. Kobe. No, this is one of their draft picks. Kobe Butkin, 9 minutes. He's got 5 points, an assist, and a rebound. So, and Trey was saying that some of these young guys that they have drafted and brought in here are, Trey said, you're going to have to watch out for these guys. And Clint Capella doing his thing on the boards, 8 rebounds already in just 12 minutes of play.
Ooh, I love it.
Clint Capella. I know you love that. And our man, Jalen Johnson, a guy that's going to be taking up a lot of minutes from our dear departed buddy, Mr. John Collins. He is balling out as well. He has 5 points and 5 rebounds for Jalen Johnson. 6 points and 5 rebounds. So, yeah, Hawks so far so good, 49-41 as they move into closing in on halftime, about 2 minutes to go before the end of the half. What do you really expect to see this year, Tree, from this team? What would you like to see from the Hawks moving forward into the 2023-2024 season?
Oh, well, when you first said, what would I like to see? I was going to say John Collins playing on the Hawks team. But since you said for the 23-24 season, then that changes that answer. But in all seriousness, I'm not going to let that go, right? Okay.
I know.
I really I would like to see the Hawks playing really good defense. I want to see them play together as a unit. And I want to see them playing with high energy. And I would like to see them, start strong and not have to dig themselves out of a hole at the end of the season and have to make a really hard push to get to the playoffs. I'm hoping that we can have some really great team chemistry, play exceptional defense, and have that energy and just come and play and have that going throughout the game. So we know in the past that we've had different moments where they're playing well and then they're not playing well. I want to see full participation, full energy, full dedication, full hard work in the games that are being played from start to finish. Sullivan
no doubt.
Said a championship.
You already know. Yeah, so I think that some of the guys you want to look for this year that are really going to think an impact on this team are 2 guys we've seen do some good work before, and that's Jalen Johnson and A.J. Griffin.
I think you were going to say Sadiq Bey. Okay.
No, well, Sadiq Bey, I mean, I know he's going to do his thing, but as far as the younger guys, I'm looking for Jalen Johnson, especially A.J. Griffin, to really step up. I think A.J. Griffin, once he has the sea legs under him, I think he's going to be one of their better players. These show flashes, as you know, in the rookie year, and that guy, he was clutch. Remember, he had 2 buzzer beaters, no fear. Yeah, so
they both are. I'm actually very excited about both of the players because they both bring a lot to the table. And as you said, I think these will be 2 exceptional years for both of them. I think they're each going to bring something more to the table than they've done in the past. And even in the past, they brought a lot. So I'm really excited about seeing their growth over this past off season. And I think they're definitely going to bring it and come hard. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see it, actually.
I think they're going to do well. I think that they're going to attack things a little differently. Over the years, I've asked, hey, do they need more help with big men? Should they get a little bit beefier? But I think the Hawks are going to do, they're going to attack you with waves. And I think they're going to attack you from the leaping ability. Okongwu plays over the rim, Jalen Johnson over the rim, and I think that's how they're going to attack it. They're not going to let these guys just get pounded down low. You're going to see a lot of the Hawks going to be very handsy on defense. You're going to see a lot of pokes, they're going to do a lot of strips from behind, like Trae Young. If you remember, the last month of the year, I think he had more steals than any time in his career. And I think that's how the Hawks are going to have to play defense against some of these teams that have these big men, like the Bucks have Giannis. They have down in Philadelphia the big man there as well. So I think that's how the Hawks are going to have to attack it. They're going to have to let their big men double down and be more aggressive in terms of, kind of slap balls away versus just, telling, hey, I'm going to try to play that one-on-one D, because I just think that physically, some of these bigger centers are going to wear him down. That's what I'm thinking. What does Sully have to say here about this? He
says, spend the money right.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if they need to add anything else to this team. I think the team is pretty well set to go. I'm sure, obviously, if there's some type of deal that really could improve the team dramatically, you might see something. But, yeah, man, this Hawks team, I think they have the potential to really do some good stuff, especially if they can really grab hold of Quinn Snyder's system. This idea of ball movement, more three-pointers, a faster pace of play. I think if they can grasp all that, this Hawks team could be pretty doggone good at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I would like to see it. It would be nice.
Yep, and they got a lot of competition. Like I said, again, you got, Giannis now has our man from Portland, the killer.
Giannis, I love it.
Well, I can't say his last name. I don't want to mess it up. So.
No, I'm saying his first name. You mess up the first name. His name is Giannis. It's pronounced with a Y, but you call him Giannis, which I think is the funniest thing. I love it.
For real? I saw the GI. That's
yeah, it's pronounced Giannis, but hey, I'm not mad. You do you. I love it. Every time you say it, I'm like, Giannis. I love it.
Well,
listen, I'm not making fun of you, by the way. Because
that's okay, but I'm saying the man, if that's not his name, I don't know. He might come looking for me.
I mess up names, so I am the worst at pronouncing names. So I'm honestly not making fun of you. No, I do like when you say Giannis, because it's just like, oh, he called him Giannis, right? Only because I know it's Giannis. But if I didn't know it was Giannis, I probably would say Giannis too. To be quite honest with you, like I said, I've messed up quite a few names, so I promise I'm not teasing or making fun.
It's okay. No, listen. I'm okay. But I had no idea. I mean, seriously, had you not told me, I'd have been the whole rest of the season. Giannis is in the building. People been like, dude, that's not his name, yo. His name Giannis.
Yeah.
Tell him GI out of there. Yes, like I say, I think they're going to ball out, but they'll obviously have some stiff competition. Like I said, Sixers, I think, are going to, have a good team as they always do. The Celtics, I mean, the Celtics kind of did some odd trades for me. Something doesn't seem right about the way the Celtics did those. I mean, because they traded away guys that I thought were really, at least when they played against the Hawks, guys who are key players. I'm trying to see if I can get this trade here. And give you some of the guys they took away, because the other thing too about the Boston Celtics is that it was all about, to me, the chemistry. We talk all the time about team chemistry, and I think they just disrupted their chemistry. So here's what they did. All right, in October, they made this big trade. It was a 3-way team trade, and basically what they did is they gave up Malcolm Brogdon, who's basically been in the hunt of the top 3 6 men in the NBA, and Robert Williams, a guy who's come off the bench as a big man, and he just ate the Hawks alive. And they got in return Jrue Holiday. Okay, once again, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce his name. It's probably just Rue. I'm like Jrue, but anyway,
no, you said
they got
it right.
him from I said it right, but they got him from the Bucks. And I don't get it. I'm like, why would you let go of 2 younger players to bring an older guy in, and to me disrupt that chemistry? So I think, for me, the Celtics might take a little step back. I don't like that trade at all.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't see that though. I still think that they're going to be at the top, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm not. When I say a step back, it's a team that has been the last couple of years a favorite to go to NBA Finals. I just mean it seems like they lost a lot of team chemistry by moving those 2 guys, and not only team chemistry but the energy. Those guys, what they about to say, they had that dog in them. Especially Brogdon, he was like a pest. I mean, he was just all over the place. And of course, he originally hails from this area. And I said, Williams just, when he got in, not at the same level of Dennis Rodman, but defensively, he would not be denied. The number of blocks, he always was kind of like, both those guys are pesky kind of guys that I think, made the Celtics a tough team to deal with, especially in postseason play.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I just don't. I don't get it at all. I just do not get it. Let's get one more.
I'm with you. I still don't get why John Collins is gone. I get it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I know. Enough. I get it.
This is what Tree thinks has been shown towards Mr. Collins. Some shade. He said, my boy is gone.
He's gone.
He's out of here. Yeah, that was one of Tree's favorite players. I mean, if not the favorite player for the Hawks. Yeah, Tree is
from the Hawks, right?
Right, feel some kind of way.
Yeah. Steph
Listen,
Curry,
but like we both said,
favorite.
he could be back.
Well, I'm hoping so. We'll see.
Yeah, Tree. I can just tell you now, boys, it's going to be. I think we're going to have some rooting for the Utah Jazz this year from Tree, because that's where John is going to be at. So don't be surprised if Tree is very excited telling us the scores of the Utah Jazz games this year. I'm just saying, putting it out there.
I mean, I'm definitely rooting for John Collins, but let's not forget, I am a Detroit Piston true and through. I bleed blue and red, and that's the number one team for me. And then I love Stephen Curry. He's my favorite NBA basketball player. So, of course, I root for the Golden State Warriors and that team. Then I do like our Atlanta Hawks. And then after that would be John Collins. But that's how the hierarchy goes and works. But yes, I'm a Detroit Piston first.
Okay. And we know that she's a Detroit gal, and when we talk pro football very shortly, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about the Lions since they are now surging to become one of the NFL's best teams. So I'm sure Tree is going to talk to us about that later on in the segment. Now, let's go to social media really quickly before we get ready for a break here.
Sullivan said, it's all about them Atlanta Hawks. Okay. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited to see what the Hawks are going to do. I love cheering for the Hawks. I love watching the games. I mean, just really, I think we have a really good roster. We really do.
Yeah, I think that there's a well-balanced roster. I think with Hunter, Sadiq Bey, DeJounte. I think one thing you are going to see, which is kind of different from the Hawks, you're going to see an improved team defensively. Yeah, that's one thing the Hawks have struggled with over the years. I think they're going to play a really good brand of defense. DeJounte Murray feeling some kind of way that he was not picked on the All-NBA defensive team. So, I'm just saying.
That's right. Sullivan said, no, you love Detroit better. Yes, that's what I said. I didn't say anything different, Sullivan. Detroit is number one. That's always. He said they. I
guess you're saying Atlanta has to get better.
3-pointers, yes.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's what Quinn Snyder's trying to do. So that's it. I cannot believe we're at the 8:45 hour already. So you know what that means? We got to take another little quick break. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment. Please don't go anywhere because we'll be back. I mean, I promise. Seriously, we'll actually be back. Hang tight. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. And we're back with the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and right next to me is the always lovely and beautiful is Tree Doman, who we
Thank
refer to
you.
as the Queen. Well, guys, we talk Falcons football because we're going to shift now here because we have guys waiting in the green room, and he says, listen, I got to come in at this time and get out because I got places to go, people to see. Well, he is the embedded beat writer for the Falcons for AJC Sports. He also is a very nice guy, and he is Esquire par excellence. The Q man is back in the building. The one and only D. Orlando Ledbetter is back. What's going on, sir?
Hey, Reverend Simmons, thanks for having me on the show, and thanks for always good to see Queen Tree.
Hi, D-Led.
Hey.
I like that blue that you're wearing.
Yeah, my Detroit people gave me some stuff to bring home.
Boy, here we go.
You notice I recognize that blue, right?
Yep, I sure did. Honolulu blue.
That's it. Well, D-Led, happy times here. It's actually been all weekend. It's been kind of like a clean sweep for everybody watching sports in Metro Atlanta. We had Georgia flexing, doing their thing, letting everybody know that they're the real deal. We had Georgia Tech repeat the Techwood miracle again against Miami by winning the ridiculous game that they won. Of course, the Braves come back, but we have to talk about the team that you cover, sir. Another comeback, fourth quarter win for the Falcons. What do you think about Desmond Ridder's best performance as a pro?
Yeah, good breakthrough win for the Falcons. 329 yards. They dared him to throw, and he did. Coach Art Smith called a great game there. Overcame a lot. Drive-killing penalties, a couple fumbles. And that shows the signs of a good team. When you can win despite not playing your best football, they could fix the fumble stuff. They can kill the penalties. They won the least penalized teams last year. So that bodes well for them moving forward. They got a hostile opponent coming in here on Sunday, but you can't keep gambling on turning the ball over and making boneheaded penalties. Got to clean that stuff up and play some good football at some point, and they'll try to do that on Sunday against the Washington Commanders.
No doubt. Well, you got a big shout out from our man. What's that saying, Tree? I can barely read it.
Sullivan said, how about that Drake London pass?
All right, let me get the one before that. Hold on a second. Yeah, didn't D let a shout out, I think, somewhere on there. Maybe no, here it is. There it is.
He said, oh, shucky ducky. It's D.O. in the house.
Yay. Thank you,
man,
Sullivan. Well, yeah, that was a great pass by Drake London. I saw the aerial view today. They're putting out these aerial views of their good plays. They didn't put out the aerial view of Drew Diamond hitting the guy in the back after the whistle, but we got the aerial view of Drake London. We got that. So that was pretty sweet, especially where he ducked under the defender and got the ball and got it out to Jonnu Smith. What good play design and better execution.
No doubt. Yeah, we definitely saw. I think you hit it on the head. The big key was I just felt that Arthur Smith called a game that was more conducive to skill sets of the team. To me, I mean, he just seemed to, kind of keep it simple. The other thing too, I saw for the first time, I actually saw some receivers that looked like from time to time, like actually open.
Yeah, and but a big part of that was Jonathan, that they weren't getting much in the run, and the Texans were selling out for the run, but he stayed with it. He still Bijan still had 14 carries. Right. Tyler had over 10. So he still ran the ball, but the run set up set up those passing plays where guys were wide open.
All right, Tree, questions for D. Orlando Ledbetter.
Yes, I do have a question. I know that it was a great comeback win, and I think that, of course, that is going to help them going forward. But what do you think is the biggest thing that they learned by pushing through and getting this win on Sunday?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that, hey, Desmond Ridder can get the ball out. He wasn't holding it. He didn't throw it to the other team. I didn't see any balls in jeopardy, and he had 2 drops. So that was a big thing. That was a big question mark. I've been talking about this for a year and a half now. It's like, hey, they're third in running, they're 31st in passing. They gotta move up. If you're gonna be a good team, you gotta balance that out. You can't be at the opposite end of the spectrum and run and pass differential. So the fact that they put up 329 on a Texan secondary, I mean, this Washington secondary that's coming in here is not very good either. So, but you got to block them. They got some horses up front, but that's a good sign. If he can. I ain't saying throw for 400 every week, but yeah, give me 250 though. Give me 200, 250 and run it a little bit better than you did last week. And then they're going to have a chance to win those 12 games that Reverend keeps talking about.
Listen, D-Led, you laid my formula out, man. I mean, it's not brain surgery. You laid the formula exactly out. Let's go back to social media, see what we got. Todd lurking in the shadows. Come on through.
Pump the brakes.
I said, D-Led, let's pump the brakes a little on Ritter breakthrough. I think not. At halftime, even Preacher was saying it's same old Ritter.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with the numbers there. Once you put them up, and I'm is it I think it was 28 of 37 for 329, one touchdown. I want more touchdowns than that. But hey, when your guy hits somebody in the back and kills a drive, and Kyle Pitts jumps offside on 3rd and 11, I can't put that on a quarterback. I mean, you can't take it away. It was a breakthrough win. It was his first time over 300 yards. So now, when I'm coaching Little League, I mean, if the guy, hits that sweep one time, then, I want to see him keep doing it. So he hit 300. I want to see him keep doing it now. So that's the challenge. That's what Coach Smith is challenges with now. It's like, hey, we saw you hit 28 or 37. That might not be the way to win every week, but when we need it, you got to be able to get it. You got to go get it to Drake London up the sideline. That little slant pattern, the little angle route to Jonnu Smith, that's been killer all year. I don't know what kind of pattern that was Keith Smith ran, fullback fly, a wheel route.
Wheel route,
combo. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it was 28 yards. So hey, you put that in the playbook now. So that's my thing. I don't want to get too hyped. You're right. It's just one game, but now that I've seen it one time, I want to see it again. So, and that's what Coach Art Smith and Coach Dave Ragone are preaching right now. It's like, hey, we 3 for 3. Let's do it again. Like the old Bill Cosby movie. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. All right, what we got here on social media from my cameraman from high school football, Jason.
He said it was great seeing Kyle Pitts getting the ball and making plays. Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They balance things out. Put that's all a testament to Jonnu Smith going off. Because now you can't double Kyle. So, you run Kyle one way, Jonnu the other. Hey, they got to pick, somebody's open. So, and Ritter did a good job of finding it. He moved the ball around to 11 different receivers. So, that's some very Matt Ryan-esque type stuff. That's what he did for years, 14 years. And y'all were hating on him at the end, but that was a great 14-year career. And he's going to be calling the game on Sunday. I don't know how I got on Matt Ryan, but yeah.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
We're talking about Pitts. Yeah, good job by Kyle. He's clearly not 100%. They say he's still dragging that leg, but, he's involved in the offense, and that's always a good thing for the Falcons.
Yes. Sullivan said, Pitts looked really, really good.
Yeah, I want to see him getting up the field more. And catching those ones over the middle and turning them upfield, not be worrying about the safety. But, once you get your knee injured by the safety, you kind of, go down on some catches. But great job by Kyle. And it just got to get over that hurdle of being injured and get back to what he looked like in his rookie year.
Sullivan said, we got a new wide receiver.
Yes, we do. Van Jefferson. And I know the Reverend knows my man Sean Jefferson. This is his son. played
Is
for
it
the
really?
Falcons. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm getting
And,
old, bro. I'm getting old.
Yeah. Me too. I cover Sean.
Lord have mercy.
I used to see him at the down at the Senior Bowl when he was coaching with the Lions a couple of staffs ago. I don't know where Sean's coaching now, but we talked a long time back then about getting in the Fritz Potter Alliance and coming up the coaching ranks that way. But yeah, so this is Van Jefferson, started in the Super Bowl for the Rams, second round pick, played at Mississippi and Florida, was drafted out of Florida, had a 50 catch year that year for 800 yards. But you know, that was the year they also got OBJ to go with Cooper Kupp. So I don't know if he was the third wheel out there, but Cooper Kupp has come along, and that Polka Nuka guy from Brigham Young has come on. So he only played 2 snaps in the loss to the Eagles, but he automatically, on my book, I just did the depth chart online, the updated depth chart, and I put him right behind Drake London and ahead of Scotty Miller. So, you know, now you got Drake London, Mac Hollins, Cordell Hodge, Van Jefferson, and Scotty Miller. That's how I would rank the 5 receivers that are on the team right now. Cordell Hodge, you saw him play a little wildcat. So he's got, you know, he's going to have a chance to get on the field and catch some balls this year, because I don't think Hollins has done enough. And I don't care what they say. You know, that didn't look good. He was getting on the quarterback and on the sidelines there in London. So, you know, there's going to be some playing time available at wide receiver. Let's just say that.
All right. Does he? People are trying to explain to me. I heard some guys on Dukes and Bell, they're talking about the speed. Is he really that kind of guy? Is he a deep guy? Because he sounds like he's fairly big, like 6'2", about 220. Does he have that kind of speed, like a Taylor Gabriel speed, or does he more possession receiver?
No, he's more big guy. I looked that up too, Reverend. I was gonna go get his combine numbers, even though they're, you know, a couple years old. But I got him at 6 foot 200. So he's not a blazer. He's another big body receiver who can work the sidelines and so forth. I mean, I seen them. I was at the Super Bowl, so I didn't see the blazing speed there. So, but yeah, good steady guy. Good receiver.
JD Stacy said even Keith Smith got involved in the pass game. Ritter hit multiple players that last game.
Yeah, no doubt. 11. I counted 10 on deadline, but then my people told me 11. So, yeah, everybody from Keith Smith to Mac Hollins to Cordell Hodge. The main ones were Pitts, London, and Jonnu Smith, and then he spreaded it around that. Bijan only got 2. The one where he caught the ball on his butt and brought it back around, and then shook him into the end zone. That was sweet. But yeah, he did. He diversified, and that makes them unpredictable and hard to film study the passing game.
No doubt. Yeah, he spread around pretty good. I think Pitts had 7 catches. I think Smith had 6, and London had 6.
Yeah.
So, so everybody 8.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, see what we got.
Ty said, D-Led, when will Falcons be in the Super Bowl? Will we live to see it? Laugh out loud.
Yeah, well, let's do the math. Okay, it was 98, and then the next time was 16. So that was 18 years. So 18 years plus 16, that means they'll be in the Super Bowl in 2034.
All right. Well, D-Led, I know you got to go. So on that note,
Thank you.
that's the best way to do it.
Really? I got one more question.
We gotta make it
What
quick.
do you think of my Detroit Lions?
They're for real. They're legit 4-1. They are going down to Tampa Bay, and we'll see just how legit they are if they can handle old Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers on Sunday.
Yes.
There we go.
I've been talking
All right, before you go,
to the
D-Led.
people in Tampa.
Here we go. You guys know how to reach him right there. There it is, D. Orlando Ledbetter. How can people find out more about you, sir?
Yeah, you can, D Orlando AJC. We just broadcast the the next episode of the Bowtie Chronicles podcast with our good friend David Aldridge from The Athletic in Washington. So that'll be up on the website tomorrow on ajc.com, the 422nd episode of the Bowtie Chronicles podcast. Thanks for listening.
Let's got to go.
Yeah, he did it.
In the building. That's the only one that left better. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We have the final segment of the Real Talk Sports Show coming up in just a moment. So hang in there. Don't go anywhere, please. Thank you. Thank you. And did I say thank you already? I'll say it one more time. Thank you. Just hang on. Hey, sports fans, tune in for live high school football Fridays, 7:30 p.m. on RealTalkSports.net. Check out your favorite Metro Atlanta teams as they do battle on the gridiron. It's your high school game of the week, live streaming free Friday nights on RealTalkSports.net. For more sports coverage and great sports talk, catch the Real Talk Sports Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Brought to you by Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, a business giving back to their community. Give them a call at 678-364-3979 or check them out online at allenvigilford.com.
This is your time to get what you want. Go work that thing with Work That Thing supplements.
Congratulations, Amici, on your new F-250 that you got from us. How was your experience here at Allen Vigil Ford?
Thank you so much, Jonathan, man. I appreciate everything you did for me, man. This is awesome right here. And you did, I mean, your service is impeccable, man. I really appreciate everything you did for me.
Appreciate you, man. Congratulations. What do you think? Is it worth the wait, buddy?
I love it. I can't wait to get on the road with it.
Listen, man, thank you very much, and congratulations to you. Appreciate your business.
Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate your business.
Thank you, Ron.
I just want to let you know again that Allen Vigil Ford obviously is our premier sponsor, our title sponsor for high school football. But if you need a car for yourself, you can call the minister, and I'll be more than happy to provide you with great service and great pricing. And for those of you who don't know, that Ford has brought back on many of their cars rebates, special financing, all that kind of good stuff. So, hey, if you need a vehicle, or if you know somebody needs a vehicle, give me a shout. You can hit me up right here at the same numbers, Jay Simmons at realtalksports.net, or you can basically call or text me. That's probably the easiest way. Hit me up, 678-410-9833. Love to take care of you or your family, or if you have a business. That's really my specialty, really trying to help out small businesses. So check me out there. We'd love to have you be a part of it. I was talking some more NFL with the Queen. All right, your Detroit Lions, 4-1, and they actually look kind of dominant. I mean, they're playing some great football right now.
They don't look kind of dominant. They look dominant, in my opinion.
Mercy, please help me. Help me out. Help me out, please.
I'm just saying.
Oh, my gosh. Just trying to. Oh, okay. Let's get to it, guys. Let's just tell the truth. Okay, let's take a look at the NFC North. And what do we have here? We have the Detroit Lions for the first time in probably over a decade at this point in the season. 4-1, and they have a 2-game lead in the NFC North over the Packers, who lost last night to the Raiders and find themselves at 2-3. Detroit, 4-1. They have only given up 107 points over these 5 games. That's right around 20 points a game, and they have won their last 3 in a row, including they're undefeated on the road. Detroit Lions are looking pretty good. What do you think? What do you think has really been the difference for you guys this year? I mean, what has kind of turned the Detroit Lions into now one of the NFC's powerhouses?
Well, the big turnaround and the big change has been Dan Campbell, right? He came in and a lot of people were teasing him and joking and laughing when he was saying that Yeah, we may go down, but when we're on our way up, we're going to be biting off kneecaps. And I know a lot of people took that out of context. I actually knew what he was talking about. He was saying that, yes, we may go down, but we're not going down without a fight. And even if we lose some games, we're still going to fight until the end, and we're going to keep fighting on our way up. And that is what we are seeing. So throughout the past few seasons of him being there, now we have this team. The team has bought in. They're fighting. They're getting the respect that they deserve and that they earn, and they're playing great football. And they're going out without a fight. And that's what I love. It's the fight that Dan Campbell has put in these players. I love that the last game that we played on Sunday, the game ball was given to a player who was on the Detroit Lions roster back when we weren't winning so many games. And now he's here, and it's a completely different team and a completely different feel. And so I am excited, but the big change has been Dan Campbell. I think that he's the perfect coach for the Detroit Lions. I love him as a coach. I love our team. I love our players. I love that we are fighting. And if people want to laugh at us because of the biting off kneecaps on our way up, guess what? But that's what we're doing on the field.
Yeah, and the numbers don't lie. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here. Jared Goff having a big year. This is a guy, keep in mind, people forget, this is a guy that took the Rams to the Super Bowl. So, he is now that he's been able to be upright, he's been sacked only 7 times. Now, people say only 7 times. That's a big deal. That means just about 1 time a game. And I think any quarterback can perform well under those circumstances. And he is completing almost 70% of his passes. He has 9 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. He's averaging 253 yards passing a game. And more importantly, his quarterback rating is 104. So Jared Goff balling out. Remember, he was a star player at UCLA, and he is showing why he was a top 5 draft pick when he came out of college. So, yeah. And the other big thing is you're also getting great production on the ground. You got this two-headed monster, David Montgomery, averaging 4.2 yards a carry, 371 yards. He's in the top 10 in the league. And then right behind him, even though he's banged up right now, Jahmyr Gibbs, a guy that originally started his college football career right here at Georgia Tech, saw him before he transferred to Alabama. So, yeah, man, you guys have a great offense. And last but not least, of course, your wide receiver court is tearing it up, led by Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Josh Reynolds. Those 2 guys are putting up some numbers, along with your tight end. Where did this guy Sam Laporta come from?
Listen, we have grit, right? And I want to talk about Aiden Hutchinson because he's balling out.
Like defense.
I do like defense. I like our offense too, but I love defense. But do you remember when the draft came? And do you remember how the team ahead of us took another player? Do you remember what I said? Do you remember? I said,
I don't. I remember you were very excited.
I was excited, right? Because I said, I cannot believe that they are letting Aiden Hutchinson come to the Detroit Lions. I just knew that he was going to be phenomenal. Well, he's the 4th player in NFL history with at least 10 sacks and 4 interceptions through 2 seasons. Let me read that again. He's the 4th player in NFL history. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, he's just balling out. I'm really excited. It's not just him. The thing that I'm really loving, like all of the players that you've just named on offense, our whole team is balling out. It's not just 1 or 2 players. This is actually a team effort, and they're just playing great football. I am enjoying watching it. I love it. I've been looking for this for many years. I kept telling people that this was coming, and it's just so exciting to see my Detroit Lions, who I've always believed in, have a great season and play great football the way that they're playing.
Now Aiden Hutchinson, 4.5 sacks already this season, on a pace to probably end up with somewhere around 16 or 17 sacks, which would put him amongst the NFL's best. Yeah, I mean, look, the team is put together well. They are stout on defense, and they can be explosive on offense as well. So I mean,
They
they just right. They got a good team. There's no doubt
Are
about
you
it.
ready to play the video now? You
I
say
don't
you would
think
have
so.
the video ready, Jonathan.
I did say that. Unfortunately, I'm still having some problems here. Let's see if I can make it do something here. Let's go back here. So we almost time for a break. Okay, we'll take a little break early, and then we'll try to get this tape up here. So, guys, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna do some adjustments here. We're gonna try to get this tape up. We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show, and hopefully a clip from Tree's Detroit Lions in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here for more. The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports. All right, guys, I was calling his name out pretty much the whole night. The trigger man behind this offense that ran up a 28-0 victory. Introduce yourself to everybody, please.
I'm Tavis Banks. I'm class 2025. I play quarterback for Carver, Atlanta.
What was the key for you tonight? Because it seemed like you always made the right read at the right time. What was the key?
Patience. Just patience all around. Trusting my O-line, trusting my receivers to be in the right place. Just patience.
All right, how can people follow you on social media?
On Instagram, One Little Banks. I don't got no Twitter.
One little bank. Listen, Instagram is all you need. Listen, man, thanks for joining you and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
All right, who else we got here? Number 8, did we get you? Come on. There we go, number 6. Come on, real quick.
I'm Jamonte Hines.
All right.
Defense end. Senior.
What was the key for you guys, man? Because you were dominant, a shutout.
Hey, man, we owe it to ourselves, man. Hey, I really don't know too much. Hey, we all just play. This a family. We're a family. We protect each other.
How can people find more about you on social media?
I got Twitter, Tez Hines 44. I'm the 44 man.
There he is. Thank you, sir.
All right, we are still, as you can see, struggling to get this Detroit Lion clip up, so we're going to keep going here as we're going to try to send it to ourselves again and upload it. It refused to upload before, so we're going to just keep trying so we can get this clip of the Detroit Lions, and hopefully it will pop in for me in just a moment here on social media. Let's take a look at some of the other teams that are doing pretty well here across the NFL. We take a look at some of the standings. We already talked about the NFC North not doing too well, as the Lions right now are the only one of the NFC North teams that are above 500. We look in our own backyard, NFC South, and we going to have a dogfight because suddenly now we take a look at Tampa Bay, led by Baker Mayfield, that they now are balling out 3-1 going into the game this week. And Baker Mayfield has kind of found his stride. Falcons are right behind him at 3-2, tied with the Saints also at 3-2, and the Carolina Panthers at 0-5. Well, of these 4 teams, Tree, who do you think might have the best shot, besides our Falcons, of actually winning the NFC South?
Say what? You said of
Which of
those
these teams,
teams.
of those teams of in NFC South, what other team do you think would have the best shot of winning the NFC South outside of our Atlanta Falcons? Tampa Bay or Carolina or the Saints?
I know that's kind of a tough one. I would think that it would either be between the Saints or Tampa Bay. Outside of the Falcons, I would go with those 2 teams, but the Saints have had some pretty difficult losses as well. But we all know it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So which team will be able to gel and come together towards the end? I think, I'm going to go with the Saints or Tampa Bay. Which one are you picking
Saints?
Outside of the Falcons? You said the Saints?
No, I actually think Tampa Bay, only because Baker Mayfield is playing so well. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if I can share my screen because unfortunately StreamYard will not take movies in the MOV file. And when you send them on the iPhone, that's the way they are. So we're going to try to see if we can share the page. Don't know if we can do that, but we're going to make an attempt to do it. Let's go ahead to social media here. Man, Jason said
definitely not Carolina. Bucks are looking strong. They are. Bucks are looking strong.
Let's take a peek here at StreamYard, see if we can share our page here. Hopefully, let's see if we can get it here. And nope, we don't want to do that. Let's try this. Let's go to, I think video file might be the ticket on this. Yep. Nope. It will not do it. It says an MOV file. We don't like that file. So we're going to have to figure out a way to download it. You see the expression on Tree's face? You give me that look like you should have had that before this show. But we will eventually, before the end of the season, get that picture up of the Lions. I'll have to reconvert it and do, I'm getting a side eye, boys.
Well, because you said before the end of the season. Before the end of the season is not going to work, sir. Season's over.
I run afoul the wrath of the queen, boys. I'm in trouble. I want you. Did you see that face that she gave me before, boys? The smile was gone. She like, hey, there's the look right there that you don't want from the queen, boys. I'm just saying, you don't want to see that. All right. I think Jason chimed in. I think he said that he said, yeah, he thinks definitely not Carolina. Bucks are looking strong. Yeah, I think the Bucks are they're going to give the Falcons a run for their money. I think that's going to be the key right there. All right, let's take a look around the rest of the NFC. The team that is probably the most dominant team right now in the NFL overall, that is the 5-0 San Francisco 49ers. Right now, at least, they look like nobody's got anything for us at all. Yeah, defensively, interestingly enough, tied with Tampa Bay for fewest points allowed, but they've actually played more games. They played 5 games, and they've only given up 68 points in 5 games. That's like less than 14 points a game. Yeah, they really, when you look at them, it looks like they have no weaknesses, and they're scoring 167 points. That means their average score is like 32 to 13. Yeah, it's blowing people out. Yeah, they are just hammering away. And it's because they have the balance. They have this guy, Brock Purdy, who nobody knew about. He's like almost like Tom Brady revisited in terms of, I'm not trying to say the skill set, but in terms of this guy that was basically an oversight. Like Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. This guy was the last guy picked in the NFL draft. And he's got 1,271 yards passing, and he is his completion percentage is 71% completion percentage for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just, 9 touchdowns and no interceptions. I'll say it again, 9 touchdowns and not 1 interception thrown by Brock Purdy so far this year. And then the other big key
Sounds pretty relevant to me.
Right. And the other big key is they have probably right now the best overall running back in the league, and Christian McCaffrey. He looks like the Christian McCaffrey from a few years ago at Carolina, completely healthy. 510 yards on the ground already in just 5 games. So at this pace, he would have 1,700 yards for the season. He's got 7 touchdowns, and he's averaging 5.2 yards a carry on the ground. Yeah, they're balling. Of course, we're not even talking about their defense with Joey Bosa and all the guys they have over there. So yeah, it looks like that San Francisco, barring injuries, they look like they're trying to make their. People forget this. If they get to the Super Bowl this year, this will be the 3rd Super Bowl appearance for them in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yes.
So
49ers are a great team.
Yeah, they just, like I said, they're well balanced, no weaknesses, and as we saw here in Atlanta, Kyle Shanahan, that guy's an offensive guru. Yeah, he's a bad boy. All right, what do we got here from social media?
Said Tampa Bay. Todd Bowles is a defensive-minded head coach and knows what it takes to stop these offenses. Hey, defense wins championships.
Yep, Todd Bowles was a defensive back in his playing days. He's been a great defensive coach everywhere he's went. So, yeah, that's why I said Tampa Bay is going to be the hurdle that the Falcons are going to have to get over if they're going to, win this NFC South. Let's take one more peek here in the NFC to see who would be a good wild card. Well, I think the biggest wild card candidate outside of our Atlanta Falcons is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks 3-1 overall. Look good. Oh, wait a minute. How could I go from there and forget the team that played in the Super Bowl last year, who also is undefeated, the Philadelphia Eagles? 5-0. Offense scoring at about the same clip. They've scored 141 points. They're 3rd behind your Detroit Lions and the 49ers. But people have scored on them. They've given up 104 points, which is just over 20 points a game. So it's going to be interesting moving forward, how good the Eagles look, and are they going to be able to kind of basically give you the same kind of run that they gave you last year? Jalen Hurts, same thing, over 1,200 yards passing. DeAndre Swift, 434 yards on the ground, and A.J. Brown showing that was probably one of the best signings that the Eagles ever made, 541 yards worth of receiving yardage. So look for a 49er and Eagle tilt for the championship. I think they look like they're the best 2 teams in the league right now. Oh, here we go.
H.C. Hardy said, also he's been to the big dance twice with Tampa and Phoenix. If Baker Mayfield and the offense continue to gel, they will be a force. Let's not forget Bruce Arians is still lingering around in the front office.
He's right.
Yeah, he is right. He said, fly, Eagles, fly, Eagles.
He's still
fly,
going.
Eagles, fly.
Well, our good buddy, I think Mr. Vincent Turner is watching. Vince, I'm sorry. Vince is a lifelong Cowboy fan. And I know it pains him to see the Eagles rolling like this. Also pains him to see the way the Cowboys got the brakes beat off them by the 49ers, 42-10 the other day. So, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen there. All right, let's go over to the AFC really quick. Who do you like?
How you come back from those losses?
Yeah, because, look. Remember, I was the guy saying if they don't do something with Ritter, get him out of there. And he came back and had his best game as a pro. So, you're right, it's possible. Let's go to the AFC, Tree. Let's take a look over there. Let's see the top 3 teams in the AFC are the Miami Dolphins with that speed running attack and passing attack. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-2, and of course the Kansas City Chiefs 4-1. So the big 2 top teams, Dolphins and Chiefs. Who do you like over in the AFC as far as a top 3 or 4 team over there?
Definitely the Chiefs.
Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
They're Super Bowl champions, and until someone dethrones them, they're at the top. We know that they're a great team, and as long as we have Kelsey and Mahomes together, they just make magic together on the field, and I pick them.
Well, don't sleep on the Miami Dolphins because they have just an unbelievable offense.
They do.
With Tua and with the Cheetah, yeah, these guys enough night. Matter of fact, I think Tua has the most yardage for any quarterback in the NFL, 1,614 yards, 75% completion ratio, 11 touchdowns, only 5 picks. And
they're
he's
playing good football.
Very good football. And of course, how can I play good football when you're throwing the ball to the cheetah? Tyreek Hill balling out with them, 651 receiving yards. He's on a pace to get over 1,700 yards receiving. He destroyed the Giants single-handedly, 8 receptions for 181 yards. Killed them in their big 31-16 victory over the Giants. And one last thing, they actually have a decent running attack. They got a guy over there, Devon Unchained. He's kind of like, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but he's kind of like Miami's version of our guy over here, Mr. I'm drawing a blank. Why am I doing that? I can't believe I can't think of our star running back. Why am I drawing a blank, Tree? What happened?
It happens.
Robinson. Right. So he's got 460 yards on the ground. He has got 5 touchdowns. And he's only got 38 carries. So this guy's unbelievably averaging over 10 yards a carry almost. I mean, it's just crazy. So that's the story. Miami's offense is just almost unstoppable. Let's go here.
The offense looks really good. It really does. H.C. Hardy said it could possibly be a Shanahan Bowl since the Miami head coach was Kyle's assistant in San Francisco. Dolphins versus 49ers. I mean, that would be nice, H.C. Hardy, right? Dolphins versus 49ers. I prefer to see my Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl somewhere, but that's just me. I could be slightly biased, just slightly.
Just slightly. Last comment on my cameraman, Jason Huntington. He says, what does that say there? Colts keep every game close. They could be the sleeper in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Could
All right.
be.
Well, I'll tell you what this could be. Could be time to go. All right. You know how we do it, guys. Before we get off the air, we want to let you guys know about our co-host and our guest. And, of course, you know what that means. Ms. Tree Doman, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please make sure if you would like to donate to Making a Better Me, my nonprofit organization, and our Turkey and Trimmings giveaway, you can go to makingabetterme.org and make a donation. Click the donation button at the top right, and your donations will go to feeding families in need for Thanksgiving. You can find me on social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Ms. America International 2022.
There you go. All right, guys, you know, I'm a real life minister, as I always remind you, and I tell you this one thing before I go, because we got to go getting close to the time. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, your personal Savior, I'm going to say to you, please, man, please, sir, get to know him today. One, nobody loves you like Jesus. He died for your sins, and he rose from the dead. And if you repent of your sins and believe that, 2 great things are going to happen for you. Number 1, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And number 2, you become an adopted child of God with all the rights therein. That means you now can go to God like a heavenly parent, asking for anything that you need or desire, and according to his will, he'll give it to you. And when you leave here, you go to that happy place, spectacularly beautiful place called heaven. No pain, no pandemic, no bad people anywhere, always bright because the glory of God illuminates the whole kingdom. And as a matter of fact, you get a chance to meet God and talk to him face to face with Jesus Christ and all the people of love. And you avoid that nasty place called hell, where none of the things are going to be in hell that are in heaven. So it's dark, it's dreary, it stinks, bad people everywhere. Most of all, you're cut off from God and from Jesus Christ forever and a day. I don't know about you, but like option number 1 instead of option number 2. All right, guys, until the next time we get back together again, God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whichever may apply. So long.